The Human Resources module in Schoolware revolves around the Human Resources home, which I have open here. The top row is the main functionality of the Human Resources, with attendance for teachers, contracts for the staff, candidate files, and staff files. Now there's a difference here. I'll explain this. A staff is a person who has a status being active. They're on the payroll, or they have worked for the company and their status has been changed. Candidates are people who might be hired. In terms of hiring people, you do get a lot of resumes. Many are just read and not followed up on, but those where we want to create a contract or something, we need to introduce them as candidates so that we can then create an offer contract or something like that. So that's why we have the two statuses, or the two types of employees, candidates and staff. Now, a candidate who's not hired can remain a candidate or be turned closed, or file closed. And we have the HR documents, and that's a very important component, is it lists all of the documents that are generated from here, including all the contracts and leave, what have you. The leave tab is mainly to review the leave, submit the leave applications that have been submitted. Now, the second row is a lot of supplementary information to an employment. This is the evaluations that are for the teachers only, based on the teaching practices. Probation is the probation report at the end or middle of a probationary period. The term review is for the principal or the academic coordinator to track comments and behavior of staff during the term. There is, I think, for ability to put in for 4 terms, so it's not like you have to prepare it at the end of the term. It's an ongoing, in progress thing. The blank application is a form. When you click this, it will create a blank application form that looks like this, and that is also available in the HR documents, so we can have the staff or new staff fill this out so we can then enter them into the Schoolware HR file. The departures is to create a departure report for any employee that leaves the employment of the school, whether it is premature quitting or sickness or contract is over. The record of employment is post-employment, meaning that a person, either when they're leaving or after they left, they need a certificate that says that they worked at the school for a certain period of time, and that's what this is for. And termination, of course, is the request by the principal or the offshore education to terminate an employee, and that is submitted to the owner for permission to then proceed with the termination of the employment, whether that is a probationary termination or for other reasons on the job. The third row has been reviewed under the front desk and so on. The expenses are for putting out your employee expenses. ID docs are the ongoing maintenance of the documents for the staff. Purchase order is to create a purchase order for something. The living in editor is in Human Resources, so that this is where you can update and add information from the staff to that ongoing live book called Living in Vietnam or Living in Canada, whatever. The policy editor is the same thing. This is the way that we can update the policies of the school. The Schoolware accounts let you get information. For example, if someone loses their password, we can get access. This is the only place other than IT that this can be obtained. And the work order, of course, is the same, is to fill the work order in, and you can see that under the front desk tab. And of course, these buttons are for sending an email to any of the staff or any of the different groups here.